Hello and welcome to Music with Mason. I am Mason Fall here at 88.1 The Point. I am here joined with the lead singer, Mark Leon from Widow7. How are you, Mark?
I am doing great. How are you doing, Mason?
I am doing fantastic. Can I just say this is an absolute honor to have you here and being the very first interviewer that I've had to the opportunity to talk to with.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm honored.
Yeah, man, it's an absolute honor to have you here. To start off, I just recently saw that Widow7 just turned into Iowa Music Rock Artist of the Year.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, so how was that? Like, were you guys like? Was there like a ceremony? Was it just social media? Like, how was it? What was it like?
So we actually had no idea that we were even nominated until shortly before the ceremony. But they hit us up and was like, "Hey, man, you guys are nominated for Rock Artist of the Year." And we're like, "Oh man, no way!" And they have a ceremony. I believe it's in Iowa City. But none of us could make it because we had other obligations. So like we were bummed about that, but still, it was awesome.
Man, just like you just got the message saying, "Hey guys, you guys are nominated," and then you had no idea. It just freaked you out.
Well, for me, like I guess from my perspective, I was just kind of like, "Oh crap, man!" Like. I can't, what? It didn't really necessarily freak me out, but I was just like, man, this is cool.
Man, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's really incredible.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be playing at Ship Rockers Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
So how's that going to look? Is that just, how far away is it going to be? It's in Lisle, Illinois, right?
Yeah. I believe that's a little south of Chicago. So at least I think we're looking at at least a 6-hour drive, six and a half hour drive.
Wow. Well, that's really cool here. You know, I mean, you guys are just, I heard you guys, I saw something that you guys played in 10 different states at 8,400 miles in total. Like that, that alone, like how was that as an experience?
Oh, it's great, man. I think it's a really cool experience. It's a cool bonding experience for me. Just growing up and always wanting to do this kind of stuff, it's one of those moments where when you're playing the festivals and when you're out on the road, you just kind of look around and you're like, oh man, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, just being able to go out in the whole country and just visiting place to place and having all these people show up and actually support your band, it's actually, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's pretty stoked, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. One of my favorite things about doing this is just all the different people that you meet, the amazing people. It's such a, you never realize if you've never been out of like your town or anything or out of where you live, you never realize just the whole, like all the spices of life that are out there.
Real, yeah. Man, it's a real big experience, I'm sure. So, your new song, What the Fuck, is coming out on November 24th, right?
Yeah. Oh, you can say cuss words on this. Okay,
yeah, don't worry. Cuss all you want, man. At least it's not on air. Thank God.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, I got to be really good about not cussing.
Don't worry about it. Don't have to worry about it this time.
But yeah, excuse me. What were you saying again, though?
So your new song, What the Fuck, is coming out on November 24th?
Yeah.
So that song, I mean, I saw on your Instagram reels and your Facebook reels that fans have been making compilations of using that song, wearing your merch and all over the country. You know, I mean, what is that like? You know, just having people make videos with your song. Like, how is that?
It's cool, man. It's like you see the growth. You see the family that has become a part of Widow7. And that's like, one thing when Widow7 was first started, I wanted it to be more than like a band and its fans. I wanted it to be a community. Like I wanted it to be just like people have gotten married at Widow7, or not married, but have proposed to each other at Widow7 shows, and that's like the kind of stuff I want, man. That's why I call it the Seven Family, because that's what it is. It's a family.
Wow, that's, man. Wow, that must be like, and like not just for them, but it must have made memories for you. You know, having people propose like at your concerts. I mean, that's just, it's kind of beautiful when you think about it.
It is, it is. But I'm a little salty about it for one specific reason.
And
Because
why is that?
anytime it happens, I'm off signing something somewhere else, and like everybody else gets to see it. Like, this is like what was this? This is the third time I've missed one.
What?
No. It's not. It's not the third time. It's the second time because I saw one. I saw one at, I believe it was yeah, it was at Louder Than Life. But yeah, it's the second time I missed it. I'm like, dude, I always miss the marriage proposal. That's like
Dang.
my favorite thing.
Man, I'm sure that's kind of heart wrenching because like it's at your concert with your band, and I mean I know it's all like an equal band, but you're kind of the lead singer, you're kind of the face of it, and you know just not being able to experience watching someone propose at your concert. I mean, yeah, I would see how it would bum you out.
Yeah, like it does. But you know what? Like the thing is, like they wanted to get married at a Widow7 show. Like I can't ask for anything else.
Right.
And like our bass player Seth, that he's like I call him he's like the man behind the curtain. He wears many hats.
Really?
Oh yeah. He
really big hat guy.
he just wears like figuratively he wears many hats in the band. He helps out with a lot of stuff. He's guys on a different level, but he's the one that always gets to catch it. And like, I'm like, dang it. One of these days, I'm going to catch it.
Man. So how did you meet the other guys in the band?
So I had Shadow Me in therapy ready, and they had caught wind of it, and our drummer Shane, who was a very good friend of mine, like had been for a long time. Like I just moved back to Des Moines, and I had these songs, and he heard it, and he was already playing with our bassist and guitar player Seth and Jason, and he's showing them our music because they're looking for a singer for something that they wanted to do. So
yeah, you just brought
they
him.
hear this.
Go ahead.
Oh, so they hear the song, and they're like, but like you gotta get this guy here today. And me being me, like Shane hits me up and he's like, "Hey man, I've been playing with these guys. They have tour experience. Like I think we could really do some damage together." And like me being me, like I was like I didn't know him, and I was like, I'll come check it out, whatever. But like very very apprehensive just because like is my baby, like
yeah.
But then like so I get there and they already know the song, and I'm like, oh man, what? You couldn't.
They just memorized it immediately.
Well, yeah, they learned the songs, and like by that weekend, they already knew how to play them.
Wow, that's commitment right there.
Yeah, man. And I was like, man, I'd have to be an idiot to not play in a band with these guys. These guys are the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pure talent just to learn a song, like a few songs that fast. It's not even just one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
no, it was crazy.
Okay, so who inspired you to start singing?
Oh man, that's a loaded question there. I would say there's I've had a lot of people who've inspired me to do stuff, like as far as being a front man. But there's three people who come to mind for me specifically that I can think of off the top of my head. First and foremost is Michael Jackson.
Okay.
That inspired me to become a performer, a singer. Like he's inspired, like straight up, I'm a little kid in my living room singing and dancing. And then as far as like who inspired me to play in a band, the two people that come to mind would be Chester Bennington from Linkin Park and Burt McCracken from the Used. I would say those are my top three biggest inspirations to inspire me to become a frontman.
Nice. Very nice. Oh man. So I know the Louder Than Life concert was you guys had a few shots from live performances there. How was the concert experience?
Oh man, the concert experience was Louder Than Life. Amazing.
Yeah.
And anytime every time we play one of these festivals, it just gets better and better. Like the thing with DWP and their festivals is they take care of the artists. They look out for us, and it's amazing. I know I sound like a plug or something, like I'm selling you something, but sincerely, they like take care of us, and they help make those kind of moments so memorable.
Yeah. So I've also been looking through a few interviews with other artists and musicians, like well, not just like singers themselves, but like bass guitar players, like Doyle from the Misfits. He always says that no matter what concert it is, he always feels nervous before it. How is it the same thing for you? Do you get like really nervous before concerts?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say so. There, a specific time that I can think of is right before kind of everything kicked off the way it did. There was this dude. His name is Jason Alon, and he plays in this band called Fever 333. And I was standing outside, and I'm like, "Oh man, my heart feels like it's about to jump through my chest." And
Yeah.
he's like, I get nervous before shows too. And he's like, I always ask myself, what am I going to do with that energy? And like that. So anytime I get nervous before a show, because I definitely get nervous before shows, that's what I like to ask myself that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very normal for, every artist or musician or performer that it's always nerve-wracking to, you don't know how many people are out there unless you peek your head out. You don't know, like, if people are going to like you or if people are, going to leave. And it's always just, I'm sure it's always a very nerve-wracking thing to think about. But as soon as you get out there, you feel amazing, don't you?
Oh yeah, man. And for me, one of the biggest things is like, I think this better yet. I think this is to the credit of the band as a whole. Our motto is whether there's 5 or 5,000 people, you're paying to get you're going to get the same show because that's the show you paid for. Like, so whether we're playing some giant festival or a room full of like 3 people, like they're going to get the same show. We're going to give it the same energy.
Right. There's no, there's nothing that'll change how you perform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as nerves for me, I'm more so like the thing I get nervous about, because if you like it, you like it. If you don't, that's on you. But like for me, like I'm nervous about like, I want to make sure that anytime I step out onto a stage, like I leave everything on that stage, like all like 100%, like full steam ahead. That's my mentality, and that's what I'm nervous about. I'm like, I want to make sure that when I get out here, this
full
is
energy.
the best show I ever played.
Give it your all. Yeah. That's very nice. Yeah. It's nothing like the same, but I feel like I used to play football in high school, and I knew that if I didn't give 110% effort in practice, I would never get close to bringing 110% in games. And like, I'm sure the practice is for performers, you're all together and you just work as a team and you rock out as hard as you can and you learn these new songs that you're writing down. And once it all comes together, it's just beautiful performance.
Yeah. You should always, you're right. You should always give it 100%. Like you should always be doing your best at practice and like performing like you're at a show. So once you get to that show, you already know what you're gonna do. Like you already have, like it's in your muscle memory. Like
Right.
you and you know like where you could get winded, like where you just know how to like draw back or like push on.
Right. Right. You just got to give it all you have. You have to learn what you put in. Like whatever you put in, like all the work you put in on your own is going to reward you. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So where did you learn to sing like that? Like you hit notes beautifully. I just wanted to give you that compliment. It's by itself. You sing amazingly.
Thank you. I just practice. Like a lot of times I just like I practice on my own, and then once I got to a point where I was doing this regularly, I got a vocal coach. And I don't know, a vocal coach, he like skyrocketed me and took me to the next level.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it helped out a lot having someone with experience, teaching you like even more than what you already knew. But
oh yeah, man. Like yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah. So are you and all of your guys from Iowa?
Yes.
Cool. So
we're all from Iowa.
All from the same area, like Des Moines, or were you guys from somewhere else?
Yeah, everybody lives in the same area. I think like for the most part everybody was like kind of just sprinkled around Iowa a little bit. Like like I know a couple of guys grew up in some small towns.
Right. Man, I mean, there's like, what would you say was the best place to perform at in the United States? Like, I know you guys went on tour all over the place. Like, where was is there one spot where you wish you could play again?
Not honestly. Trying to think. No, not really, man. Like, not. Don't get me wrong. I've had some pretty terrible shows, but as far as one place that stands out, actually, you know what? I'd say California. California is pretty great.
Wow, you went to California?
Oh yeah. We just came back. What is it? Last month? Yeah, we were there. We were just there last month. Excuse me.
So how was the concert? Like, how many people were there?
So it was a festival called Aftershock, I believe. I think for our set, I want to say we had at least 3,000 or 4,000 people there.
Oh my goodness! Wow. What made it stand out more than other like places like that?
I think the overall like nature, like of the place. Like there's no like when I say that too, it is no like there's not necessarily anything that's like better than the other, but it was just like that day, like everybody like we started playing our song Choke and like the whole crowd started singing it, and it was a really cool experience.
Man, yeah, geez. And like, I bet you weren't expecting it from people all the way on the other side of the country, just knowing your song and like just getting with it and getting with the crowd and pumping it up, and like they're just pumped up, ready to sing it. Man, how I'm sure that was amazing.
Yeah, no, it was cool, man. It was kind of shocking because, well, first of all, let me preface: we play with in-ear, so I have no idea what's going on. But hearing the playback or taking my ear out is when you hear it, and it's just like, I don't know. It was crazy. It was like, oh my gosh, like what?
Man, so is there one band or a musician you would love to collab with for a song?
Oh, absolutely. Bring the Horizon, Ollie Sykes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. I could get that.
What's up?
So we're getting down to the thin of the wire here. We're almost at the end of our interview. Is there anything you would want to say to the young people who want to be a part of a concert or a band or just sing or like be a performer? Is there anything you want to say to them that could change them?
Yeah, I would say don't give up. You're never too young or old to start. If you're fortunate enough to get fans, make sure you appreciate those fans and make sure you show that you appreciate them. And then give 110% to whatever you're doing, and don't let anybody tell you different, because people will definitely try to tell you different.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Well, Mark, it was an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I really think that, Widow7 is really going to be one of the best bands in Iowa alone, but all over the country. I really think you guys are going to make something out of it.
Well, hey, Mason, I definitely appreciate you, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Just make sure that everyone listening in checks out What the Fuck, that is going to be dropping on November 24th. Is that right?
November 24th, yes.
Man, I'm super hyped for it because, oh man, I heard just the first few lines of it, and it was absolutely killer. Absolutely killer.
Yeah. Yeah, the song goes in, man. It really does.
But yeah, thank you so much, Mark, for joining us today. It was an absolute pleasure to have you, not only in an interview, but being the first person that I got to interview. It was absolutely incredible.
Hey, man, pleasure's all mine. Cheers, brother.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you next time. Is that right?
All right. Yeah.
We'll see you later, Mark.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Yep, no problem.
Cheers. Thank you guys so much for joining. Widow7, absolutely incredible band. One of the first bands I got to put on the radio. I just reached out to them, and they said, hey, we love you. Why not? Let's just give you some of our songs. And I just really think that it's very important for everyone out there to know that no matter where you start and if you want to perform, you could do whatever you wanted. And it was just an absolute pleasure to talk to Mark. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will be posting this onto our Facebook page, and you will see me in the radio studio, and you will also see me tomorrow with 28 Days Later. So go ahead and make sure you follow, and you will be able to see that second interview coming up very soon.